Okay, we can go. We can start now. Okay, tonight's movie is The Grapes of Wrath by John the book from the book by John Steinbeck, who I'm sure you know is one of our most famous authors and one of my personal very favorite authors. His writing is almost poetry. It's so lyrical, it flows so well. You find yourself just being pulled down the page. He's so easy to read. John Steinbeck and Jack London were two of the authors that were permitted in the USSR, in the Soviet Union. They have socialist leanings. They're very much in favor of the common man, the work of the ordinary person. They were both very unpopular among the wealthy people in America, and they had a lot of problems. And John Steinbeck was criticized, and severely criticized as an author, because his work, they said, was of no importance. And when he won both the Pulitzer Prize and the Nobel Prize, he proved just how wrong they were. And this Grapes of Wrath is one of the finest books ever written. Another one that he wrote called East of Eden, maybe the best book ever written. And he's got another book, a very short book called The Pearl, which I highly encourage you to read. The Pearl is a very short book, and it and Scarlet Sails by Alexander Green, another very short book, are two of my very favorite books. I frequently give them both as gifts, especially when people are getting married, because they kind of, as a wedding gift, I will give them some kind of a gift, but in there I will enclose a couple of paperbacks of The Pearl and Scarlet Sails, because they're such beautiful books. Okay, this book, and this film, by the way, is one of my favorite films too. It's really a good film. And it has to do with the Great Depression, which started in 1929. And that was really, compared to, today's crisis is nothing compared to the Great Depression. And this book tells the story of millions and millions of people who were farmers in the South, in Oklahoma and Oklahoma, and that part of the United States, Texas, Oklahoma, a place they call the Dust Bowl because it's dry and windy. And when these people, they lived as what's called, I think the only word you might recognize is sharecroppers. It's the word sharecroppers. Sharecroppers. There's two words in there. Crop. Crop is something planted in the ground. Tomatoes, a crop of tomatoes, a crop of wheat, a crop of cucumbers. That's what a crop is. And share, the word share is, how do you say, to share, to have together. This is not mine, this is ours, to share. And the people that lived on these farms and raised the crops did not own the farms. The owners let them keep a share of the crop that they grew. That's why they called them sharecroppers. And so there were many, many, many small farms in those days. But this was just as trucks and the railroads were becoming, big cars, trucks and railroads were becoming common, and it was easy to get crops a long distance, so the small farms were starting to have trouble. So this was kind of used as an excuse by the sharecroppers, by the owners of this land, to kick the people that lived there off, and because they say, you have to pay us, you can't pay us enough money, so we're kicking you off. And what they would do is they put a notice out that they were going to bring big machines in and bulldoze. We're going to crush your house and your property. And the bulldozers would come, and if the people hadn't gotten out, they didn't care. The bulldozers would come through and bulldoze the house anyway. It was very terrible. And these people were stranded. And what they did was they went to California, anywhere they could get there. And it was very, very, very difficult times. And I don't think I need to tell you any more than this, because the picture in the book is so plain, and you'll really enjoy it. And let's see. That's enough. That'll get you going.